In business, successful teams have measurable impact. If cloud has empowered CIOs to become value creators, what metrics have they used to prove that success?
One of the things that we really try and help CIOs with is demonstrable value. The old saying of if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So typically, at a very high level, the business case we help a CIO build will have three components. One is incremental revenue that they're helping to drive. Another is cost that they're helping to save. And a third is a measure of reputation or security or responsiveness improvement. So we tend to engage in advisory services. Fundamental part of our engagement is to help a customer get a business perspective, a market perspective, benchmark themselves against the industry. And kind of to that point, although we can articulate a business case in those three general terms, revenue, cost and reputation protection, the real value I think that we can add to a customer is to help them understand what's important to them. In the examples that I gave earlier of Oxford University and Sega, they've got some common elements. Their brand is very important to both of them. But how they deliver value to people and what makes them increase in value as an organisation are really quite different. As a specific example, I know that Sega estimate they've reduced the testing time for their games by 20% by adopting the testing model that I described. And that's including adding in additional testing cycles. So they've shortened their time to market, but improved their quality as well.
You talked about your advisory services before. How do they work?
The baseline offering that we have is to help benchmark a customer against their industry. Then you can start to benchmark them against an industry database that we've built up of peers. So then if you can position them relative to other members of their same industry, you have a reasonable guideline that says, well, look, here's the benefit that you have captured, but if we look at other people and what they've been able to achieve, if you were able to advance the cause, to match them, here's the kind of additional benefits you could capture. And that leads to a really insightful and interesting conversation with the customer, because you really start to explore, well, what is it that's holding them back? Is there anything that we can work on? Are there some people or process things that we can help modify? Is there some technology that they can take advantage of?
Is that where the advisory services came from, almost from a degree of frustration at only being responsible or being perceived to be responsible for one of those three things, the technology, and wanting to get involved in the people and processes?
Yes, I think it's a combination of a number of things. VMware's grown very successfully on a very simple value proposition around consolidation of IT infrastructure, dramatic reduction of CapEx expenditure and OpEx to manage that. But as our portfolio has expanded, all the way up through the way that people develop and deploy applications, the way they manage infrastructure for a cloud-based world and a cloud service, to the way that end users, access those applications and services, it's become ever more within our remit to be able to contribute to business value beyond cost.